You are leaking energy. You did not click on this message by accident. And you are not feeling this exhaustion by chance. Everything you have been experiencing in the last few weeks, the heaviness in the morning, the sudden shifts in mood that do not belong to you, the feeling of walking into a room and immediately wanting to leave, has been pointing to this exact moment. You have been searching for a physical solution to a spiritual problem, trying to fix a hole in your vessel with more sleep, more supplements, or more solitude. But the drain continues. It continues because the leak is not physical, it is vibrational. You are speaking a command that is dismantling your own defenses. This message will decode what this habit is doing to your field and how to seal the breach permanently. We are going to examine the architecture of your energy field and identify the specific linguistic key you are using that unlocks your door to everything you are trying to keep out. This is not just about vocabulary. This is about the geometry of your spirit. There is a mechanism at play here, a subtle law of cause and effect that has been operating in the background of your life, draining your reserves before you even have a chance to use them. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly which word acts as a virus in your operating system, why you learned to use it, and how to replace it with a frequency of authority. The first layer of this truth requires you to look at the symptoms you have been carrying. There is a specific type of fatigue that plagues those who are chemically sensitive to the world. It is not the tiredness that comes from hard work or exercise. It is a deep, marrow-level exhaustion that sleep does not touch. You can rest for 10 hours and still wake up feeling as though you have been working all night. This is the primary signal of the open gate. When your auric field is compromised, you are not just existing in your own energy. You are processing the energy of every environment you enter. You become a sponge. You absorb the anxiety of the person standing next to you in line. You take on the anger of a family member without them saying a word. You feel the chaotic static of a crowd as a physical weight on your chest.
This state of being an energetic sponge is often romanticized as being an empath or a healer. While the sensitivity is a gift, the lack of a filter is a malfunction. It is not your duty to filter the emotional sewage of the world through your own body. When you feel scattered, unable to focus, or suddenly overwhelmed by an emotion that has no origin in your own life, you are experiencing auric permeability. Your field should be a fortress, selective in what it admits. Instead, it has become a public square. This is not happening because you are weak. It is not happening because you are being punished. It is happening because of a continuous, unconscious command you are issuing to your own biofield. You are telling your walls to come down. To understand how you are doing this, you must understand the nature of language. Words are not merely sounds or tools for communication. In the metaphysical sense, words are acoustic geometric forms. They carry a specific frequency. When you speak, you are casting a vibration into the ether, and that vibration arranges reality around you. There is a law of vibrational linguistics that states that the universe does not respond to your intent as much as it responds to your frequency. You can intend to be strong, but if your language broadcasts submission, the universe will treat you as submissive. There is one specific word that acts as a stand-down code to your nervous system and your aura. It is a word that many use dozens of times a day without thinking. It is the word sorry. We are not speaking here of the necessary apology when you have genuinely harmed another or made a mistake. We are speaking of the reflexive apology, the sorry used as a filler, the sorry used before you ask a question, the sorry used when someone else bumps into you, the sorry used for taking up space, for breathing, for existing. When you use this word reflexively, you are broadcasting a very specific frequency. You are vibrating the energy of debt. You are signaling to the environment that you are in the wrong, that you are smaller, that you're an imposition. Think of your aura as a sphere of light that surrounds you, defined by the strength of your presence. When you enter a room and say, "Sorry to bother you," or "Sorry, I just have a quick question," You are visually and energetically shrinking that sphere. You are contracting. The geometry of the word sorry is a collapse. It pulls energy inward and downwards. It tells your subconscious mind that you are a threat or a burden, and in response, your energy field retracts to make you safe for others. This retraction creates the leak. When you shrink your energy out of politeness or habit, you leave a vacuum. The space you vacate does not stay empty. It gets filled by the dominant energies around you. If those energies are negative, chaotic, or predatory, they rush into the space you just surrendered. This is why you feel drained after social interactions where you felt the need to be overly polite. You lowered the bridge, you dissolved the shield. By constantly apologizing for your presence, you have trained your energy body to stay in a state of collapse, leaving you open to everything passing by.
But this is not the whole story. There is a reason this habit formed, and it is crucial to understand it before you can break it. If these signals are hitting your spirit, it is not by accident. This is the work done here. If you feel called, stay with this transmission until the end. The origin of this behavior is not cowardice. It is not a lack of character. It is a survival strategy that has outlived its usefulness. Most who identify as sensitive or chosen came into this world with a high voltage signature. Even as a child, your energy was intense. You saw things others did not see. You felt things others ignored. In many cases, this intensity was too much for the family or the environment you were born into. You may have been raised by unconscious caregivers or in a chaotic home where your intuition and your power were seen as threatening, annoying, or too much. To survive in that low-voltage environment, you learned to dim your light. You learned that if you made yourself small, if you apologized for your needs, if you stayed out of the way, you could avoid conflict. You learned that being sorry was the price of admission to love or safety. The reflexive apology became a shield. It was a way to say, I am not a threat. I am harmless. Please do not hurt me. It was a brilliant adaptation for a child living in a war zone of emotions. But you are no longer that child. And the environment you are in now requires a different protocol. The strategy that kept you safe in the past is the very thing that is endangering you now. When you continue to use the language of subservience as an adult, you are acting out a memory. You are walking through life bowing your head to forces that have no authority over you. The universe views you as a sovereign being, but you are introducing yourself as a servant. This mismatch creates friction. It creates the exhaustion you feel. It is the fatigue of a king or queen trying to live in the posture of a beggar. It takes an immense amount of energy to hold a beach ball underwater. In the same way, it takes an immense amount of energy to hold your own spirit down. That effort is what is draining you, far more than the outside world. You have been reframing this as politeness, as being nice or humble. But true humility is not self-deprecation. True humility is knowing your place in the cosmic order and occupying it fully, without arrogance and without shame. Apologizing for your existence is not humble. It is a denial of the creation that you are. It is a rejection of the space you were sent here to fill. The shift from leak to lock requires a change in your coding. You must overwrite the old neural pathway. The goal is to stop the automatic sorry and replace it with a frequency of gratitude and authority. This is not just about swapping words, it is about swapping vibrations. The most powerful replacement for I am sorry is thank you.
When you are late, do not say, "Sorry, I'm late." Say, "Thank you for waiting." When you are venting to a friend, do not say, "Sorry for complaining." Say, "Thank you for listening." When you make a small error, do not say, "Sorry, I'm so clumsy." Say, "Thank you for your patience while I fix this." Notice the energetic difference. Sorry looks down. Thank you looks up. Sorry contracts the field. thank you expands the field. When you say, thank you for waiting, you are acknowledging the other person's gift of time without devaluing your own worth. You maintain your size. You acknowledge the situation without accepting the burden of guilt. This keeps your aura fully inflated. It keeps the boundary firm. There will also be times when neither sorry nor thank you is appropriate. There will be times when you simply need to exist. If you bump into someone, a simple "excuse me" is a statement of fact, not an apology. If you cannot do a favor, "I am not available" is a complete sentence. It carries the frequency of a closed door. It does not invite negotiation. It does not leak energy. The practice here is the pause. The old habit of apologizing is fast. It lives in the brainstem. It bypasses your conscious mind. To break it, you must insert a gap of silence before you speak. When you feel the urge to apologize for simply being in a room, stop. Close your mouth. Feel the discomfort of the silence. That discomfort is the feeling of your aura reinflating. It is the feeling of you taking up your allotted space. Hold that space. Do not rush to fill it with words that make you small. In that silence, you are signaling to the universe that you are no longer afraid of your own power. You are signaling that the open gate is closed. The energy that used to leak out in a stream of sorries now recirculates within your own system, building your magnetism, increasing your vitality, and strengthening your intuitive shield. You are moving into a phase of integration. This is not about becoming cold or arrogant. It is about becoming solid. The exhaustion you have felt was the result of a structural flaw in your boundary, a flaw kept open by your own language. By changing the word, you change the command. By changing the command, you change the field.
You are no longer the one being thrown around by the emotions of others. You are no longer the sponge soaking up the spill of the collective. You are the lighthouse. A lighthouse does not apologize for its beam. It does not say sorry for cutting through the dark. It simply stands. It shines. It serves its purpose by being exactly what it is. When you stop apologizing for your existence, the world stops treating you like an option and starts treating you like a priority. The energy vampires, the narcissists, and the chaotic forces that used to latch onto your open loops will find no purchase. They will slide off the surface of your field because the hook is gone. You have removed the handle they used to grab you. This is a new level of authorization. It is a permission slip you sign for yourself. The fatigue will lift because the leak is plugged. The mood swings will stabilize because you are running on your own fuel, not the contaminated fuel of the crowd. Observe your speech this week. Catch the word before it leaves your lips. Swallow it. Transmute it. Replace it with gratitude or silence. Watch how the people around you shift in response. Watch how your energy reserves deepen. You are reclaiming the territory of your own soul, one word at a time. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.